Well, we're picking up this shed build process for our public restroom, and it's been covered for a couple of days. Fortunately, it didn't rain during that time, but just wanted to be safe. It's supposed to have rain in a couple of days now, so some pretty strong showers, but we're just getting all the little debris off of this now so that it's a very clean surface for our flooring. We don't want any little bits of leaves or stems, something like that, to be under the surface of the vinyl flooring. It'll really show up after a while, I'm sure. We bought a length of vinyl flooring. Kevin used to work in roll goods, they called it, at the mobile home factory. And so, yeah, we thought this would be just the quickest and easiest, but also most durable for this function, for us to use for flooring on here. So we'll get this baby unwrapped and start laying it out. So we have it lined up on this side. How's that feel?
Good.
We thought this would be a nice pattern for a nice clean looking restroom. And hopefully they cut it well,
Yeah.
so that we don't run short. Okay.
And they did.
So we've got about the 2 feet of extra off this end, and that is looking good. Yeah, the plan is to line this up and then nail it down on the 4 sides. That's what they did on the mobile home pieces, and that way it doesn't have to be glued, especially for such a small area as this. And we'll trim this extra off the end and we'll be good to go. Now he's just cutting it off even with the edge of the OSB flooring so that it won't show from the outside, but yet it will fully cover the inside and have a good lip there. Once again, we are pleased with the result of this kit that we bought, because everything is coming out so nice and square and even. And yeah, it might not have been that way if we hadn't had some good help. This will be easy to clean floor, and it'll last and endure very well with our sand around here. I suppose we could have gotten carpet, or we could have gotten some kind of plank flooring, which would have taken a lot more time and cost more money and might not have lasted so well under these conditions. Here's the finished product for this direction. They did give us a couple of inches to spare on the cut, and I appreciate that about Home Depot. So we need to cut these just a couple of extra inches that they allowed us off of this side. And there we are. Could be a dance floor at this point in time. If only we knew how to dance. We left it covered with tarps for the weekend until we could get back and work on it some more. We're starting to take apart the different layers of this kit, laying out pieces, matching them. It's really cool that these exterior pieces already have a treatment of paint kind of thing on them, so we will change the color, but at least they're not going to get all messed up if we happen to get a little rainstorm.
Well, here we go. I've got pretty much everything laid out and all the different pieces. I think this stack right here is the roof, along with some of the OSB that's over here, but there's another piece actually on the bottom of that, and then we have another piece standing against that shipping container right there. I believe those two pieces and these two right here that are on the ground are part of the roofing section. And then all of this over here, what I did was I pulled all the 2x4s out according to what length they are and just laid them out so that I can find them. There's a couple of 2x6s in here too. There's actually 4 of those. But anyway, so yeah, the rest of this stuff, I've got it laid out. These guys over here are all the 8-foot lengths, and then there's a 7-foot length, and I think there's a 5, and anyway, so you get the idea. So I've got them laid out in different sizes so that they're easy and quickly found whenever we need them. And then I've got the stuff that goes on the gables over here together in one pile, so whenever we're ready for those, we can find them pretty quickly also. So yeah, so what I'm going to start doing now is look at the instructions, of course, and see what we need to do. So yeah, I put all of the like materials together, like this stuff over here. This is all the finished stuff that goes on the outside. These are the doors, and they are came with the hinge already attached, and I love that. This piece right here, if I can get it to move, see that kind of moves, so we know that those are the 2 doors that goes on the 10-foot side of the shed, and then the rest of this. So yeah, so I've got all these guys together, and we're gonna see what we can do. Here's the instructions right here, so I'm gonna grab those and see where to start. They suggest that you lay this out on the floor itself to put it together, and I guess that's because it's a level surface and it's, you know, square and easy to work on. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to move all these sheathing pieces that Kevin got painted yesterday, get them out of the way so that we can use the flat surfaces to paint some more stuff. Get it ready to go today. We're using every available flat surface, spread out these full sheets of paneling so that we can get them painted, hopefully not mess up anything else around here with paint on it. We turned over these 2 spools, and then we had our little table you found to put it on, and then the regular sawhorses. We gotta find one more thing. I'm looking at some of these chairs, but we'll ask Kevin about that. Got one more big sheet to go.
We are now in the process of painting the rest of these. Carol's doing these over here on the ground. We were able to actually use this cardboard that came with the stuff when we got it. It was all wrapped in this. So once we got all the wood off of the cardboard, we can use it to paint on. Works out well. Anyway, so yeah, she's doing these, and I've got the others over here on sawhorses, and gonna be painting those too. I'm doing the roller, yep. Carol's doing the brush, I'm doing the roller.
We're gonna race.
We're gonna race, she says, okay.
So you're taking your time doing videotaping.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Okay.
gonna win.
You're gonna win. Okay, here we go. One of the things that we are doing, actually as Carol is doing, is taping up the edge of this trim on the doors. This trim pieces are going to be white. And so we're putting painter's tape on there so that they don't get red paint on them, because red paint is hard to cover with white paint. So that's what we're doing now, getting ready to paint the doors. Everything else is painted.
Let's start putting the sheathing on, as we call it. Let's see how easy this goes. Got the back wall laid out here. And this first piece will go right on. Okay, and I think from the instructions, this should be a little bit longer than the wall, like 1.5 inches, maybe not quite so much.
Yeah, it does need
and that all goes to the top.
Okay. We are putting on the first panels of one of the gable walls. This is actually the back wall. And we're nailing them in place. We got 2 panels on. And then we have one more to go over here. The 24-inch one. And this one will be done.
We've made an obstacle course for ourselves, mostly for Kevin. Now we're putting the sheathing on the sidewalls. This should go quite easily. Just 2 full 4x8 panels. And here comes the other one. We're gonna lay these out and do a little test run before we go put in 150 nails. So we'll see how this goes. We think we did a pretty good job matching this paint color. Oh my goodness, there are so many red possibilities at Lowe's and Home Depot, so I think we did pretty well. Well, we had 2 walls up, and then by the end of the day we had 3 walls up, and we had to leave it there for a couple of days till we could get back to it. Kevin's getting this front wall put together. Just about ready for us to lift up, it looks like. I like it. All we have to do is lift this last wall up into place. But I don't know how fast or hard this wind is blowing. It is powerful right now, so we might be fighting against the wind too. Getting the floor screwed in here to this final wall. Hoping that will stay standing up.
Well, thanks for joining us for part 2. We got the floor built, got the walls put up, almost finished with it. We still got a little bit more to go. Still have to put the roof on, but that's going to be the next time around. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, and stay tuned for part 3 of building the shed.